What a wonderful day in my office. Opening the studio really was the right move.
Right. But what exactly is this place for again?
Well, it's our very own game studio, of course. It's still a work in progress, but I've got a ton of exciting projects in the pipeline. I just know our customers are going to love what's coming.
Didn't we already have a studio though? I mean, the other one was for products, sure, but do we really need a whole new office just for publishing games?
Oh, don't worry about it. It'll all make sense soon enough. Besides, what we're working on here is definitely going to...
Alright then, what have you actually made? Because unless it's based on a...
Yeah!
Here we are, diving headfirst into the fantastical realm of Roblox's corporate-backed titles. First up, a How to Train Your Dragon game. At a glance, it definitely impresses with its visuals. The graphics and animation are genuinely well done. Clearly, some actual effort went into making this look good. Of course, the main goal is to promote their free UGC, and more importantly, their movie. But hey, it's at least refreshing to see something that wasn't slapped together overnight. There's a level of care here, and that's worth acknowledging. Gameplay-wise, it's basically Dragon Adventures. I'm not too familiar with that game myself, so I can't say for sure whether the hunger and loneliness mechanics are unique to this, or lifted straight from there. That said, being able to pet your dragon? A surprisingly awesome touch. Coming back to the game later was a struggle. My dragon and I were immediately bombarded by catapults, and after getting absolutely wiped, I decided to call it quits. Not a bad start overall, but let's see what the next game has in store. There's not a whole lot to say about Alo Sanctuary. To put it bluntly, it's a yoga game, which makes sense considering the company behind it is a yoga brand. Outside of trying to promote their products and lifestyle, there's really not much going on here. I gave the running minigame a try, but it was about as basic as it gets. You run in a loop, collect some currency, and do it over and over until you hit the finish line. That's pretty much it. Nothing terrible, just very forgettable. Next up is Hyundai Mobility Adventure. Right from the start, I'm greeted by Dao Yi, who calls me the city hero. The game revolves around completing missions, helping out citizens, and participating in events to earn rewards. One of the early tasks involves a simple precision puzzle. You land on a specific spot a few times to pass. It's easy enough and doesn't take long to get through. Outside of that, the game's pretty bare bones. If you've played any Roblox driving game, you've basically played this, except now it's wrapped in a Hyundai branded coat of paint. Nothing offensively bad, just extremely standard. Next up is Kia Eco Drive, and it's just a Hyundai Mobility Adventure, but with a different logo and slightly altered theming to fit whatever Kia Eco is supposed to be. You get the idea, it's more of the same, so there's not much else to say here. Let's keep it moving. Next up is Cartoon Network Game On. Think Theme Park Tycoon too, but with the added twist of choosing a cartoon theme for your park. I went with the amazing world of Gumball and got to work building everything around that. Naturally, there's the classic free UGC day push, again, for what feels like the 800th time. Aside from that, the core gameplay is pretty simple. Collect coins scattered across the map and use them to upgrade your park. To be fair, it's actually a decent setup. Watching your theme park come together piece by piece is pretty satisfying. There are also chests that give you decorations, along with coins for more upgrades. All in all, not too bad for a branded game. Now we're at the Weeknd Hub. Based on the name, you'd expect some kind of hangout space, right? Turns out it's actually a zombie shooter set in a hotel. The premise is simple. You start with a basic weapon like a pistol, fight off waves of zombies, and gradually unlock stronger guns. Unfortunately, my teammate died early on, so I was left to handle things solo. The biggest issue? It's just boring. There's a bit of fun at the start, but once you reach the later floors, the repetition really kicks in. The gameplay never evolves, and the only twist? An encroaching barrier that deals damage. Doesn't do much to shake things up. At the end of the day, it's just a basic endless zombie shooter, with a fancy wrapper. There is some potential here, but right now it feels underwhelming. Alright, Smurfs grow a village. Let's take a look, and yeah, you probably knew where this was going. It's basically grow a garden, but with Smurfs slapped on to make it seem like something new. Spoiler, it's not. The game is about as generic as it gets. It's clearly designed to cash in on Grow a Garden's massive popularity, understandable considering it's currently one of the top games on Roblox with millions of players daily, so it's not exactly shocking that the corporation jumped on the trend with a brand name attached. Last on the list is Crocs World Tycoon. And just like the rest of these, it leans heavily on the usual free UGC bait to pull players in. Shocking, I know. At its core, it's exactly what you'd expect from a Roblox Tycoon. Standard gameplay loop, the usual 2 times in auto game passes, and a Crocs themed coat of paint slapped on top. Nothing new here. There's really not much else I could say. It's a copy-paste Tycoon dressed up with branding. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, when it comes to corporate games, I think we can all agree. Most of them exist for one reason: to sell you something. Whether it's free UGC, a product, or just brand exposure. The focus is rarely ever on the gameplay itself. The problem is that so many of these games just feel empty. There's little passion, little effort, just surface level polish masking a glorified ad. And let's be honest, who is going to look at Smurfs Grow a Village and say, "Wow, what a heartfelt project"? No one. If you actually want your game to succeed and be good, leaning on UGC giveaways or product promotions isn't the way to go. People come to play games for fun, not to get sold a yoga mat. At the end of the day, these games rarely last. When your main goal is to advertise instead of create, it's only a matter of time before you burn out or drop the project entirely. Because it was never something you truly cared about to begin with. With that said, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.
Ben, I just got a notification. There is another Roblox event coming out in a few days.
Huh? Another one? Already?
Yeah, and from what I've heard, there's talk that it might have 1,000 games involved. Not sure if that's confirmed or not, but figured you should know.
Roblox is doing it again, huh? Well, no use in putting it off.